Okay, we're on Pesachim, Perek Hey, Mishnah Hey. Fifth Mishnah in the fifth chapter of Pesachim. Now, the Mishnah is now going to turn to the process of offering the Korban Pesach, the actual, what they did. It kind of tells the story, which I always find interesting and fun to learn. Says the Mishnah, Pesach nishchat b'shalosh kitot. The Pesach was slaughtered in 3 kitot, groups. Shneamar, as it says, v'shachatu oto kol kahal adat Yisrael. You should slaughter them, kol, the entire kahal community, adat Yisrael. The Edah is the community of Israel. So kahal, ve'edah, v'Yisrael. That means that they learned from this, from the Psukim, that they divided up the process into 3. They did it in three shifts, basically. Nichnasa kat rishona, when the first shift entered, nitmaleta azara, as they filled up the azara, meaning as many people as they could squish into the azara, na'aldu daltota azara. Then they locked the doors of the azara. I assume the Kahati says that the reason they locked the doors was that nobody else could come in, because I guess everybody wanted to get in and get out as early as possible. Tak'u, heriu, v'tak'u. They did a tak'u, tkiya on the shofar. Okay? Then tru'ah, I think on the trumpets, and then tak'u again. Or maybe they did it all on the trumpets. I'm going to show you some pictures, some fun pictures. Okay? If you look at the core of this is the site for the Temple Institute, the Korban Pesach. So they have these sort of visions of how they did it. They also reenact. I have this picture for a reason, but they do reenactions nowadays of the Beit Hamikdash. Now they don't have a Beit Hamikdash. They have a big screen that they imagine the Beit Hamikdash. So they do the Tekiah. Let's go back to our Mishnah. They do the Tekiah, true Tekiah, maybe on the Chatzotrot. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they use shofar. They use chatzotzot at Beit Hamikdash. HaKohanim omdim shurot. The Kohanim stand in lines. Ubiyedehem bezichei kesef ubezichei zahav. The bezichim, there are these receptacles. There are these, they're basically large spoon bowls in which they catch the blood. And some of them would be kesef and some zahav. The Kahati says some lines were kesef and some lines were zahav because then it looked nicer. They would do, that's what we see in a second. Shura shekula kesef. One line was silver, v'shurak shekula zahav. One line was gold. Okay? Lo yumu uravin. And they wouldn't mix them. Okay? Does it mean they had a gold line and a silver line, probably to remember who was where. And the Bartenura says also, okay, why? Let's look at the Bartenura for a second. He says, why? It's nicer that way. They were these big, large receptacles. Lo yumu uravin. They wouldn't mix them. V'lo ayu lebezichim shulayim. And the bezichim, these things had no bottoms. Shema yanichum v'yikrash adam. Maybe you'll put them down, and then the blood would congeal, and you have to be able to pour the blood. If it congeals, then it becomes a psul in the korban. So you couldn't. They would make them in such a way that they couldn't fall. Now let's look. We'll see the rows. They have rows here. Now if you look carefully, you can see a sort of picture of the bezichim. Okay, and you'll see that it's got a handle. The way they have a handle, and it goes. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger. Right, you can see it has a handle and it goes down. Right, it has a little point at the bottom. If you look at their ceremony, you can even see it better if you look at the pictures. This is Breaking Israel News. I mean, whatever. Not sure what the website is. Here, you see them practicing, and if you look at these things, you can see in their facsimile that they created in the Korban Pesach after they already have the blood from the Korban Pesach, they're passing from one to the other. Now, of course, they shouldn't have passed from one gold and silver, but I don't know how many lines they had in their practice, because according to the Mishnah, they wouldn't mix. We'll stop here. The Mishnah is going to continue. In the next Mishnah, they're going to continue to tell us the story of how they did this Korban Pesach. As always, if you have comments or questions, you can email me at arspolter@gmail.com, and we'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.